Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, students and friends. In today's episode, we focus on Newton's second law of motion as applied to a rigid body in rotational motion. What happens if a net torque is applied on a rotating disc? Join me till the end of this video to find out. Watch and learn. Problem is a grindstone in the shape of a solid disc with diameter 0.520 meters and a mass of 50.0 kilogram is rotating at 850 point revolutions per minute. You press an axe against the rim of a normal force of 160 Newton, and the grindstone comes to rest in 7.50 seconds. Find the coefficient of friction between the axe and the grindstone. You can ignore friction in the bearings. So as shown in figure 1, the rotating body is a grindstone in the shape of a solid disc. To stop the grindstone from rotating, you press an axe against the rim. So the force of kinetic friction between the axe and the grindstone produces a net torque about the central axis of the grindstone. Identifying the important data, we have the following. The diameter of the grindstone, denoted here by small letter d, equal to 0.520 meters. The mass of the grindstone, denoted by small letter m, equal to 50.0 kilogram. The initial angular speed of the grindstone, denoted by small Greek letter omega naught, equal to 850 point revolutions per minute. And the final angular speed, omega, is equal to 0. And the force that is exerted when you press the axe on the rim of the grindstone, which we denote as capital F sub n, also called the normal force, equal to 160 point Newton. And of course, the time elapsed, denoted by delta t, equal to 7.50 seconds. All right, so this is the length of time for the grindstone to come to rest, right? From an initial angular speed omega naught, okay, to omega equals 0, the time elapsed is 7.50 seconds. And the main target variable in this problem is the coefficient of kinetic friction, denoted by Greek letter mu sub k. All right? So this is the coefficient of kinetic friction between the axe and the surface of the grindstone's rim. For our solutions, we first convert the initial angular speed omega naught to radian per second. That is, omega naught given in the problem as being equal to 850 point revolutions per minute. When converted to radian per second, we just multiply this by the conversion factors, like 2 pi radian is equivalent to 1 revolution. All right, so that will be multiplied by the given angular speed in revolutions per minute. And also multiplying them by the conversion factor, 1 minute being equal to 60.0 seconds. So when you do our math, we get the value of the angular speed omega naught equal to 89.0 radian per second. All right, in 3 significant figures. Next, we also compute the angular acceleration of the grindstone using this kinematics equation for rotational motion. So the angular acceleration alpha is just equal to the final angular speed omega minus the initial angular speed omega naught. And then their difference will be divided by the time elapsed, delta t. That is, alpha equals quantity 0 minus 89.0 radian per second divided by 7.50 seconds. So when we simplify, we get the value of alpha, or the angular acceleration of the grindstone, equal to negative 11.9 radian per second squared. All right. The negative sign suggests that within the time elapsed 7.50 seconds, the grindstone slows down, or it decelerates until it stops. So here, let it be understood that we are assuming the acceleration or deceleration to be constant. Next in our computations is the moment of inertia of the grindstone, which is in the shape of a solid disk or a solid cylinder with its axis of rotation at the geometric center. So its formula for moment of inertia, capital I, equals 1/2 the product of its mass, small letter m, and the square of its radius, small letter r. That is, capital I, or the moment of inertia of the grindstone, is equal to 1/2 times 50.0 kilogram and multiplied by the square of its radius, 0.260 meter, right? So what is given in the problem is the diameter. So we just divided that value of the diameter by 2, and we get this radius. So again, when we do our math, we find the moment of inertia of the rigid body, which is the grindstone, capital I, equals 1.69 kilogram meter squared, also rounded to 3 significant figures. So we now compute the net torque produced by the force of kinetic friction between the axe and the rim of the grindstone. Based on Newton's second law of motion, the net force being equal to the product of the mass and its acceleration, or F net is equal to ma. The counterpart of this Newton's second law of motion, okay, in the or in rotary or rotational motion, is given in this equation, right? The Greek letter tau represents the torque, and since we're talking about the net torque produced by the frictional force, that must be equal to the product of the body's moment of inertia, capital I, and the angular acceleration denoted by alpha. That is, the net torque, tau sub net, is equal to 1.69 kilogram meter squared. That's the value of the moment of inertia of the grindstone computed earlier, and then times the value of the angular acceleration also computed earlier, negative 11.9 radian per second squared, which will give us the magnitude of the net torque, tau sub net, equals negative 20.1 Newton meter, or meter Newton, rounded to 3 significant figures. We choose the unit meter Newton for obvious reason, because Newton meter traditionally is used for the unit of work. So just to distinguish torque from work, we are using meter Newton. And the negative sign of our net torque also suggests that the this net torque opposes, all right, the rotational motion of the grindstone. How much is the force of kinetic friction we are talking about in this problem? Since the net torque here is due to the kinetic friction, Fk, between the axe and the rim of the grindstone, the kinetic friction Fk is related to the net torque, okay, tau subnet. And the relationship is expressed in this equation. Kinetic friction Fk is equal to the net torque divided by the radius r. Okay, this radius is measured from the rim of the grindstone to the axis of rotation, which is located at the geometric center of the grindstone. That is, the kinetic friction equals negative 20.1 meter Newton divided by the value of the radius r, 0.260 meter, which of course will give us the magnitude of the kinetic friction Fk equals negative 77.3 Newton. Again, expressed in three significant figures. And as expected, Fk is negative since we know that kinetic friction is considered an opposing force, meaning friction or kinetic friction opposes the rotational motion of the grindstone. Last but not the least, we now compute the coefficient of kinetic friction, mu k, between the axe and the rim of the grindstone using the formula mu k equals Fk divided by capital F sub n, or that is equal to negative 77.3 Newton divided by negative 160 point Newton. The sign of the normal force capital Fn is negative. Okay, this is because this normal force comes about when you press the axe against the rim of the grindstone. Hence, it is perpendicularly directed into the rim's surface. That's why we consider it as negative. All right? And negative 77.3 Newton divided by negative 160 point Newton will result to mu k equals 0.483, rounded to three significant figures. Before we end, let us emphasize the main concept in this problem. We say a net torque applied against a rotating rigid body causes the body to decrease its angular speed and eventually comes to rest. Newton's second law for a rotating rigid body is expressed as the magnitude of the net torque, tau, equals the product of the body's moment of inertia, all right, capital I, and its angular acceleration, alpha. Or, as in this problem, right, the magnitude of the net torque, tau, is equal to the product of the force of kinetic friction, F sub k, times the lever arm, or the radius small letter r, of the cylindrical disc, okay, measured from its rim to its central axis. So on these notes, may I say mabuhay. Till the next episode, MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.